fast to www.pastorpaulgold.com. Hey, have you taken a good look at the banks lately? On the surface, everything seems fine, but there's a whole lot more going on underneath. It's like looking under the hood of a car and finding a mess of broken wires and parts. The parts are loans for homes, cars, and those credit cards we all use. They're hitting record highs. It's kind of scary when you think about it. Why risk your money for a tiny 5% return when things are so shaky? This is where Noble Gold Investment can come in and help. They're like that friend who knows all about keeping money safe. They suggest gold and silver, oldies but goodies in the finance world. Plus, they got a sweet deal on this right here. 1/4 of an ounce gold standard coin. They'll give this to you for this month. 1/4 of an ounce of gold. Pretty cool, right? Well, if you're curious, just give them a call at 877-646-5347. It's just a chat, no pressure, and they'll help you figure out if gold and silver is right for you. Go visit them at www.pastorpaulgold.com and take the first steps toward a safer financial future.
A collective of truck drivers who are ardent supporters of former U.S. President Donald Trump has declared their decision to abstain from driving to New York City as a symbolic expression of their discontent with the recent civil fraud judgment that imposed a fine exceeding $350 million on Trump. This protest is in direct response to Trump being prohibited from conducting business in New York for 3 years and being held accountable for damages in excess of $350 million in connection with the civil fraud case initiated by New York Attorney General Letitia James against him, his family, and the Trump Organization. The verdict, delivered by New York Judge Arthur Engoron on Friday, following a lengthy trial that commenced in October, emanated from James's lawsuit alleging the former president of inflating his assets and engaging in fraudulent activities, Fox News reported. The repercussions of this legal outcome have not been received lightly by numerous pro-Trump truck drivers across the nation. The Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department reported the arrest of 8 individuals on Saturday during a 10-hour, quote, protest and standoff originating from an Eritrean, quote, cultural event. Tensions flared between rival groups of Eritreans, leading to clashes, and law enforcement confirmed that individuals armed with sticks, rocks, and other objects attacked officers attempting to disperse the unruly crowds. In addition to the confrontations, a tractor was set ablaze in North Carolina's largest city, and police confiscated 2 firearms during the course of several hours. The incident unfolded shortly after 11:30 a.m. local time on Saturday, when the CMPD's Providence Division responded to reports of a, quote, unlawful protest happening in the parking lot of a business hosting an Eritrean cultural event on Monroe Road. Quote, protesters were on private property and were spilling out into the road, which prompted officers to close Monroe Road. Dispersal orders were repeatedly given to protesters throughout the duration of the protest. However, they refused to disperse, police said in a press conference. Quote, several protesters threw objects and pushed back against the officers. Officers then deployed pepper spray, the department confirmed. Quote, multiple protesters and officers were treated at the scene for injuries related to the pepper spray, Fox News reported. Amidst the events, a female protester reportedly assaulted an officer, leading to the seizure of a firearm from her possession. She is now facing charges of inciting a riot, failure to disperse, injury to personal property, and assault on a government official. The charges filed against all 8 suspects encompass impeding traffic and failure to disperse. On Thursday, the foreign ministers of Britain and Poland made a joint appeal to the U.S. Congress, urging them, as well as the Speaker of the House of Representatives, to make a significant decision to approve $60 billion in military and other assistance for Ukraine. David Cameron of Britain and Radek Sikorski of Poland emphasized the crucial importance of providing aid to Ukraine as it contends with the ongoing conflict against Russia's aggression. They underscored that such approval is not only pivotal for Ukraine's defense, but also essential for upholding U.S. credibility among its allies in NATO and across the globe. Throughout the 2-year conflict, Poland and Britain have remained steadfast supporters of Kyiv. Quote, "This is our joint appeal to the U.S. House of Representatives and personally to Speaker Mike Johnson to submit the Ukraine aid package to a vote," Sikorski told a news conference after talks he had with Cameron, the Associated Press reported. A critically needed aid package has encountered delays due to internal conflicts within Congress. Although the Senate recently approved the package, its fate in the House of Representatives remains uncertain. Notably, hardline Republicans in the House, aligning themselves with former President Donald Trump, the leading contender for the party's presidential nomination and a vocal critic of supporting Ukraine, are opposed to the legislation. The proposed legislation includes provisions for the acquisition of U.S.-made defense equipment, encompassing munitions and air defense systems. Approximately $8 billion is allocated for aiding the government in Kyiv and providing additional assistance.